My perfect sister tried to sabotage my dream business, but I turned her scheme into my biggest success throwaway because my sister, Veronica, is obsessed with social media and I wouldn't put it past her to find this. This is a long one, but I need to get it all out. My entire life, I, 32F, have lived in Veronica's, 34F, shadow. She was always the golden child, effortlessly beautiful, popular, brilliant in school, and destined for greatness. I was not. I was always a bit awkward, introverted, and struggled to find my footing. Our parents, while they loved me, definitely favored Veronica. Her achievements were celebrated with grand parties and expensive gifts, while my smaller victories were met with a polite nod and a "that's nice, dear." I internalized it, believing I was simply less capable, less interesting, less worthy than her. This created a deep-seated insecurity that plagued me for years. After college, Veronica landed a high-powered job in corporate finance, quickly climbing the ladder and making a name for herself. She bought a chic apartment in the city, drove a luxury car, and dated successful, handsome men. Her life was a Pinterest board come to life. Meanwhile, I bounced between various unfulfilling jobs, trying to figure out what I actually wanted to do. I often felt like a failure, comparing myself to her constantly. My passion, ever since I was a little girl, was baking. Specifically, artisanal bread and pastries. It was my escape, my therapy. I spent countless hours experimenting with sourdough starters, perfecting croissant laminations, and dreaming up new flavor combinations. Friends and family, the ones who weren't Veronica, anyway, always raved about my creations, urging me to open my own bakery. But the fear of failure, coupled with Veronica's subtle jabs about hobby businesses and unrealistic dreams, kept me from taking the leap. 2 years ago, something shifted. I turned 30, and the weight of unfulfilled dreams became too heavy to bear. I was tired of feeling small. I started taking business courses online, devouring books on entrepreneurship, and saving every penny. I found a small, charming storefront in an up-and-coming neighborhood, a place that felt right. It was a huge risk, a massive investment of my savings and a small loan from a very supportive aunt. I poured my heart and soul into renovating the space, choosing every detail, from the antique display cases to the custom-made wooden tables. I named it the Daily Crumb. Opening the Daily Crumb was terrifying and exhilarating. The first few months were tough. Long hours, endless tasks, and the constant fear that I had made a terrible mistake. But slowly, steadily, word spread. People loved my bread, my pastries, my cozy atmosphere. We developed a loyal customer base, and I started to feel a sense of accomplishment I had never known. For the first time, I felt like I was truly excelling at something I had built from the ground up. Veronica, of course, had her opinions. When I first told her about my plans, she condescendingly remarked, "Oh, that's sweet. A little bakery. Are you sure you've thought this through? It's a lot of work for not much return." After I opened, she'd visit occasionally, always finding something to criticize. The coffee wasn't strong enough, the decor was a bit rustic, or the prices were too high for just bread. It was demoralizing, but I tried to ignore it, focusing on the positive feedback from my customers. Then came the opportunity of a lifetime. A major food blogger, Gourmet Gal, known for her incredibly influential reviews, was doing a series on hidden gems in our city. One of my regular customers, a lovely woman named Sarah, mentioned that she knew Gourmet Gal personally and had raved about the Daily Crumb. Sarah told me that Gourmet Gal was planning a surprise visit, likely within the next month, and if she liked it, it could put my little bakery on the map. I was ecstatic, but also incredibly nervous. This was my chance to truly shine that I told my family about the potential visit, beaming with excitement. My parents were cautiously optimistic, but Veronica's reaction was chilling. She just stared at me, a strange, unreadable expression on her face. "Gourmet Gal, really? Are you sure your little bakery is ready for that kind of attention? My name," she said, her voice dripping with skepticism. I brushed it off, Attributing it to her usual negativity, over the next few weeks, I worked tirelessly. I refined recipes, trained my staff, deep cleaned every nook and cranny. I wanted everything to be perfect for Gourmet Gal's visit. I felt a surge of confidence, a belief that this could truly be my moment. A few days before what I thought would be Gourmet Gal's visit, based on Sarah's hints, Veronica called me. "Hey, sis," she said, unusually sweet. "I was thinking, since Gourmet Gal might be coming, maybe I could help out for a day. You know, offer a fresh perspective. I'm so good with people, and I could manage the front, let you focus on baking." My stomach clenched. Veronica helping usually meant her taking over, making everything about her, and subtly undermining me. But she sounded so sincere, and the thought of an extra pair of hands during a potentially busy day was tempting. Plus, a small, hopeful part of me thought maybe, just maybe, she was finally proud of me and wanted to support me. I hesitantly agreed, telling her she could come the following Tuesday, the day I anticipated Gourmet Gal might visit. Tuesday arrived, and I was a bundle of nerves and excitement. Veronica showed up early, dressed impeccably, looking like she was about to close a multi-million-dollar deal, not serve pastries. She immediately started rearranging the display cases, critiquing my staff's uniforms, and even tried to upsell customers on items they clearly didn't want. It was annoying, but I kept telling myself to be patient, to focus on the bigger picture. Mid-morning, a woman walked in who instantly caught my eye. She had the unmistakable air of someone who observes everything, subtly taking notes. She ordered a cappuccino and a pain au chocolate, then found a quiet corner seat, pulling out a small notebook. My heart pounded. This had to be Gourmet Gal. That I tried to act natural, but my hands were shaking as I kneaded dough. I watched her discreetly. She took a tiny bite of the pain au chocolate, then another, a thoughtful expression on her face. She sipped her coffee, jotted something down. This was it. Then, Veronica, who had been chatting animatedly with a group of regulars, suddenly noticed the woman. A smirk played on Veronica's lips. She walked over to Gourmet Gal's table, leaned in conspiratorially, and started talking. I couldn't hear what she was saying, but the woman's expression shifted from thoughtful to slightly confused, then to outright dismay. Veronica was gesturing towards the counter, towards me. My blood ran cold. After a few minutes, Gourmet Gal abruptly stood up, gathered her things, and walked out without finishing her coffee or pastry. My heart sank. What had Veronica said? When Veronica returned to the counter, she had a triumphant, almost smug look on her face. "Well, that was exciting," she chirped. "That woman, she was definitely a critic. I told her all about how I actually helped you design the menu, picked out most of the decor, and how my business acumen is really the secret sauce behind the Daily Crumb's success. You know, just making sure she got the full picture." My jaw dropped. "You told her what?" I whispered, my voice barely audible. "Oh, you know, just emphasizing that it's a family effort," she said, waving a dismissive hand. "And how I'm thinking of starting my own line of gourmet packaged goods soon, so she should definitely keep an eye out for that. You want to make sure you get good press, right? And I'm just so much better at networking." I felt a cold dread spread through me. She hadn't helped. She had tried to steal my thunder, to claim my achievements as her own, and to subtly promote herself while undermining me. She had done exactly what I had feared. My dream, my chance, felt like it was crumbling around me. I spent the rest of the day in a daze. I was heartbroken, furious, and utterly defeated. I knew Gourmet Gal wouldn't write a positive review now. She probably thought I was some kind of fraud, or that my bakery wasn't genuinely my own vision. All because of Veronica's insatiable need to be the center of attention. That evening, I called Sarah, my friend who knew Gourmet Gal. I recounted the whole terrible incident, my voice thick with tears. Sarah listened patiently, then there was a long silence on the other end. "Honey," Sarah finally said, "that wasn't Gourmet Gal." I frowned. "What are you talking about?" She fit the description perfectly. The notebook, the way she observed everything, No, that wasn't her, Sarah insisted. Gourmet Gal visited yesterday, and she loved it. She absolutely raved about your sourdough, your almond croissants, the atmosphere. She said it was exactly the kind of authentic, passion-driven place she loves to feature. She specifically told me she found you completely charming and dedicated. She's already drafting her article. My breath hitched. Yesterday? Yes. Why? What happened yesterday? I told her about Veronica's help. Sarah gasped. Oh my God. So, that woman today, she was probably just a regular customer taking notes for something personal. And Veronica tried to, what? Take credit for your work to a random stranger. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. Veronica hadn't known when Gourmet Gal was coming. She had just assumed the first official looking person was her. And in her desperation to shine, she had tried to usurp my success, not to a major food critic, but to an innocent, random customer, and Gourmet Gal had already visited. She had already loved the Daily Crumb. A strange mix of relief, fury, and a bizarre sense of vindication washed over me. Veronica's pettiness hadn't just backfired, it had been completely meaningless. My success was already secured, purely on my own merit. The next day, I confronted Veronica. I called her and asked her to meet me at a cafe, not the Daily Crumb. I calmly explained what Sarah had told me, watching her face go from confident to confused, then to a sickly shade of pale as the truth dawned on her. So, the woman yesterday, she was Gourmet Gal, she stammered. And she liked it. Before I even. Yes, Veronica, I said, my voice steady. She loved it. She wrote a fantastic review, which is going to be published next week, all based on my hard work, my recipes, my bakery. Before you ever stepped foot in the door to try and claim credit for anything. Veronica was speechless. The air went out of her, like a deflating balloon. The golden child, caught in her own trap. And, I continued, the woman you tried to impress yesterday, the one you told all those lies to? She was just a customer. An innocent customer you probably made feel very uncomfortable, trying to push your future business ventures on her. She looked genuinely horrified, not because of what she had done to me, but because she had been caught, and her scheme had been so utterly pointless and embarrassing. Her carefully constructed facade of perfection was cracking. I just wanted to help, she mumbled, but her eyes wouldn't meet mine. No, Veronica, I said, finally finding my voice, the voice I had stifled for so long. You didn't want to help. You wanted to diminish me. You wanted to make my success yours, or at least ensure I didn't get too far ahead. You've been doing it my whole life, but not anymore. My bakery, my success, it's mine, all mine, and no amount of your toxic envy can change that. I stood up and left her sitting there, stunned and silent. It was the first time in my life I had ever truly stood up to her, truly asserted myself. And it felt incredible. The Gourmet Gal article was published a week later, and it was everything I could have dreamed of and more. My little bakery was swamped. We had lines out the door every day. We had to hire more staff, expand our hours, and I even started looking into a second location. The Daily Crumb was a roaring success, beyond anything I had imagined. Our parents, of course, were thrilled. They finally started treating my achievements with the same enthusiasm they reserved for Veronica's. They even invested a small amount in my expansion plans, something I never thought they'd do. It felt like, for the first time, they were truly proud of me. As for Veronica, she hasn't helped at the bakery since. She still comes in occasionally, usually with her friends, but she's quieter, more subdued. I can see the resentment in her eyes, but also a grudging respect. The dynamic between us has shifted irrevocably. I no longer feel like a shadow. I am my own light, shining brightly, with a successful business that I built brick by delicious brick. The irony is not lost on me. Her attempt to sabotage me ended up being the catalyst for me finally standing up for myself and embracing my own worth. And in the end, it was my quiet, persistent passion, not her flashy corporate acumen, that truly made the Daily Crumb a success. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a batch of croissants waiting to be laminated and a growing business to run. I finally feel like I'm living my own amazing story.